Jack Schlater, a former school teacher and now a motivational speaker and trainer, tells a very poignant story about gifts. Back in the 19th century, a soul wagon train was making its way slowly to a new life in the West. Stopping at a water hole, the group suddenly realized that they had more blankets than they could ever use. So they decided to leave some of those blankets by the side of the road for those who came after them. A day or two later, another wagon train came by, and the folks were really glad to see those blankets because they needed them. And as they loaded them on their wagons, they realized that they had harnesses that they would never use. And so they left the extra harnesses by the side of the road. And so it continued, day after day, month after month, one wagon after another coming by and receiving gifts from those they would never know and leaving gifts for those they would never meet. Paul wrote to the Christians at Rome, "We have gifts that differ according to the grace given to us." He writes to the Corinthian church, "Now there are varieties of gifts, but the same Spirit." And Peter in his letter writes, "Like good stewards of the manifold grace of God, serve one another with whatever gift each of you has received." While Peter and Paul didn't always see eye to eye, they are at least on the same wavelength when it comes to using gifts. Albert Einstein said something very similar when he said, "Life is a gift. We're here to contribute. And if we fail to contribute, we have failed to answer the question, why are we here?" All of life is a gift of God's grace. And each of us is gifted differently. Just as some settlers had blankets to leave by the side of the road and some had harnesses, so you have individual gifts and abilities from God. You, not only as individuals, but you as sessions and congregations, have individual gifts from God. We have different gifts to leave by the side of the road. Just so, each and every one of us can do as God bids us do, and we can serve one another with whatever gift with which God has graced us. We are stewards of God's grace, serving one another with those particular gifts which we have. May it be so. Amen.